Hello everybody and welcome back to the little side review thing I'm doing where I'm basically just picking up a game out of my box of games and talking about it for a while and I give it a rating unless I forget. Let's just jump back into it, shall we? As you can tell by the shirt, I just turned off the game. I just turned off the recording and turned it back on again. You can probably tell by the hair too. My hair is so freaking wild. I don't know why. Anyway, the orange box. We got Half-Life 2, Team Fortress 2, and Portal. To be perfectly honest, I don't like Half-Life. I don't know why. I can never get into it. I own the whole series as far as it goes. But that's because my brother really likes it, and at the time, he didn't have a Steam account. He has one now, but he didn't have one back then. And so he really liked the Half-Life series, so I got it so he could play it. But I never got into it. I don't know. I didn't get into it. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't have fun. Ditto for Team Fortress 2. He really enjoys it. I really don't. Portal, on the other hand, we both really enjoy, and I have Portal and Portal 2 on Steam. You've seen me play Portal. I don't remember if you've seen me play Portal 2. I don't remember if I ever uploaded that or if I lost that footage. So, but I freaking love Portal and Portal 2. I speedrun frickin' Portal when I'm bored. I've got it down to like an hour and a half to beat the game. It's a ton of fun. So, cumulative, I'd probably give this an A. Portal's really fun. Team Fortress 2, Half-Life 2, not personally for me. But I know that's just me. I don't know a lot of people really like it. It's just I don't. So I'll give the orange box an A. Split second. I really like this game. I've never finished it though. I don't even know if there is an ending, to be perfectly honest. But I really enjoy the game. I love the sort of motif of it. In the game, what you do is you are like racing for this TV show, but the TV show doesn't really care about the racing aspect. It cares more about the destruction aspect of your normal racing game. And the whole point of it is that you can as you're racing and doing tricks and stuff, you get up this meter, and the higher you get the meter when you set off your ability. Sorry, I'm burping and I don't know why. Like if you go to like halfway, then you'll cause some minor explosions somewhere nearby to get like the car in front of you to like blow up. But if you let it grow all of the way and you wait for a very specific spot in the course, you can actually cause a major event to happen that will completely change the course. For example, is actually on the back of the box. There's a scene where a jet comes down and it'll like smash and like the wheels will sort of smash into some of the cars, and that's an example of a small change. But if you let your meter go all the way up and you hit it right before you get to the jet part, the jet will actually crash into that part of the map, and it will completely change how that section of the map works. And I really frickin' enjoy that, especially when you can time it right and hit a large amount of enemies with the massive explosion. So you've not only changed the map, but you've eliminated or at least like temporarily disabled a bunch of your enemies, and you've got your score higher. And the score matters about as much as your placing in the race. So if you do not so well in the race, but you do really well in the score, it sort of evens out. Or vice versa. And I have a lot of fun with it. The big problem is that there's only like 8 courses, and each course has 3 or 4 variants of them, and you can do them backwards. But even so, you play it for like 4 hours and you've seen everything the game has to offer. Like, you can unlock more cars and stuff, but you've seen all the game has to offer. And the game is substantially larger than that. Just the story mode is substantially larger than that. The career mode is substantially larger than that, which is good, but it gets boring on your own, and I don't have anyone else to play it with. So, I'm going to give this another A-, I think. Because I really freaking enjoy it. I just wish I could finish it. Overlord II! So, last time we talked about Overlord and how much I enjoyed that, evil Pikmin, as it is. In that game, you played it as, like, it was you against the 7 deadly sins in the form of the adventurers who beat you. In this, you've gone to a new... You are the son of that Overlord, and you've grown up to be evil, and you've got your new underground, like, hellish domain, and you've got to go and collect your father's old minions, and like, defeat this Roman Empire who has taken power in your father's absence, because he's disappeared or something. It's in some DLC that I never played. And it is a lot of fun. This one, more than the previous one, sort of hinged on that whole do you prefer destruction or domination route. In the first one it was there, it just didn't matter as much. In this one it matters a lot more because your dominated cities and stuff will actually generate gold for you, and you create this sort of like this empire of chains, or you've completely cleaned out these places and they're freaking empty. And they're just ruins, and you can go there every once in a while and steal a few stuff from these empty houses and move on. And you're sort of like... And it really is a question of, would you prefer to completely destroy everything and just go back whenever you need something and pick up the stuff from the ashes, or would you prefer to dominate and create slaves to work in the mines to generate gold for you? And this really plays that up, and it's a lot of fun. The ending is a little blah, but the ending in the first one was also kind of blah, so whatever. But it still does have that tagline, evil always finds a way. And I wish they'd done more Overlord. The next Overlord in the series was like a DS game or something, and it was really crap. So they sort of killed the series. Sad. I'd probably give this a solid B. Yeah, a B, I think. South Park and the Stick of Truth. God, it makes me upset that the sequel, like, is locked behind, like, Ubisoft's, like... It's not Origin. Is it Origin? Whatever. Their stupid not Steam thing. I heard, I don't know, but I heard that when you buy it on Steam, it just gives you the download code to get it on Origin. Or wherever. And that's bullpucky. That's so crap. And the problem I have with this is the problem I have with a bunch of Ubisoft games is that they really hate making console ports. The text is so damn small, I can almost read half of the things. I'm glad there's a lot of voice acting in the game, because holy crap, reading stuff in this game is a nightmare. It's so hard. Even with my glasses and an HD TV, I can't do it. It's impossible to read most of the stuff in this game. But the humor is really good. It's a really freaking good game otherwise. So I'd probably give this a... Do I want to give it a B+ or an A-? I guess I'll give it a B+. Yeah. There are a few parts in it that are sort of... especially later on. And especially if you're doing, like, collectathon stuff, or you're trying to do a completionist run, trying to get like all the Pokemon and stuff, it can get a little, especially near the end. The ending is really good though. I really like the ending. So yeah, B+. My Sims! I played it for like an hour. It's stupid. Really, really kind of dumb. It's like those games that are free to play on Xbox Live. Just sort of, why did I pay money for this? Give it like a C. Assassin's Creed 3! It's garbage. I hate it. Like, 1 and 2. I have 1 and 2 in here somewhere. Hold on. Well, here's 1. I'll find 2. Oh no, 2 I have on download on my Xbox. That's right. So I don't have a physical copy of 2. But I have 1, 2, and 3. And 3 killed it for me, guys. Like 1, it was okay. It was really short. A lot of it was really hard, and I didn't really understand a lot of it, but it was fun. And the ending was crap. The ending was terrible. The ending was a cliffhanger, and I really wasn't into it. 2 was really, really good. I really liked 2. I love the collectathon parts of 2. I love the story of 2, the controls in 2. While not significantly better, did see some improvements. I loved the mansion. I love the money grind to get the mansion to look really good. There are some games that can do money grinds really, really well, especially like when you get upgrades and stuff for doing the money grinds. And that was a game that did it really, really well with the mansion. Really loved that. 3, though, ugh! Why? The buildings aren't tall enough. There's a lot of like wooded and empty areas where there's no buildings to jump off of, and it's just trees that get in your way, and like you fall off of stuff so easily, and the weapons, they don't work right half the time. You're always aiming and hitting the wrong thing. God, if there was ever a precursor to freaking all of Shadow of Mordor's and Shadow of War's problems, that's this game. Ugh! Every problem I ever have with those games, I had with this game, and it was no. It's a bad game. Completely killed it for me. I couldn't even attempt to play Assassin's Creed Black Flag. I heard it was good. I just couldn't though. I almost said like a really rude word just then. I was tongue-tied. I'm sorry. But yeah, no. So I'd probably give this like a C+, 2 gets a B, and then this goes down to a C+. Actually, no, this just goes down to a C, because this is better than this. So I'd give this like a C to a C-. Ugh. Dragon Ball Raging Blast and Raging Blast 2. I played Budokai Tenkaichi 1, 2, and 3, and I really, really enjoyed those games. And so when I saw the roster of like this game, and then I heard that this game had like even more of a roster, I was like, yes! And I had a lot of fun. I love the what-if scenarios. I love this one sort of like with like the weird story spiderweb thing that they got going. It's whatever, but the actual fights and the actual characters are a lot of fun. This, I think, is still the superior one. The combos are better in this, but the actual gameplay is better in this. Which is weird considering they're both just fighting games. But, yeah, no, man. If, of the two, Raging Blast is definitely better, but they're both still pretty good. I'd probably give it like a B+ and then a B. Like, it's not that much worse. It's just you don't want to play the story mode. You just want to like play fights, which is fine. But you kind of do need to do the story mode at some point. This one is more fun. In that case, I probably would change it to be an A- and then a B. That seems fair. Next, Tales of Vesperia! Oh my god, I love this game! I know that it's not the superior, like, Japanese-only version, which makes me sad. I don't know why they felt the need to lock off a whole character and their scenario for no reason, but whatever. Tales of Vesperia is really, really, really good. I love the game. I love the characters. It beat out Tales of Symphonia for the best Tales of game in my opinion, and I had a massive talk about it years and years and years ago, where me and my friend Ren sat down, and while he was playing Mirror's Edge, we went through every single Tales of game and figured out well, of the ones we played. We hadn't played all of them at that point, but we went through and we decided which one was the best. And actually, I don't think this one had even come out yet at that point. So Symphonia had won it then, but this one beats it out now. Definitely. A+. A+ game. Really freaking enjoy it. The villain is sort of... but whatever. the first season 1 of the game, if you will, the villain is a lot of fun and really, really good. But, the overall villain is sort of But I love the main characters. There isn't really an annoying character in the bunch. They all have their positives and their negatives, and they all have a lot more positives than they do negatives. I can't think of a single one of these characters that I don't enjoy, be it main character or otherwise. Actually, I think all the characters are really, really cool. Even those stereotypically annoying characters that we run into in a normal JRPG anime type game, even them, actually, I enjoy a lot in this game. For whatever reason, they do the archetypes really well. I don't know. I freaking love this game. A+. I love it. What do we got here? Oh, hey, I got Going Commando. We already talked about that, though, so... Fable II! Really enjoy this game. It completely didn't live up to any of the hype. Do you remember the hype of this game? Where your main guy is supposed to be able to die, and then your son inherits your your legacy, and it moves forward, and time progresses and stuff, and the bare bones of that idea exists in this game, wherein you very rapidly and radically alter yourself throughout the course of this game, so that at the end there's tons of different stages instead of different people throughout the lineage, and there is a time skip forward so that your actions in the beginning actually will have ramifications in the future, but instead of it being your first lineage, you dealing with the ramifications of the option of the choices of your predecessors, instead of that it's still your own choices just a year later. The dream was big, and what came out of it was nowhere near it, but I still really enjoyed it, and I thought it was good. I still think it was a lot of fun, and a lot of... I wish the villain from the first game, the Jack of Blades, I wish he had come back, but I guess he really is dead forever. Whatever. Probably give this a B, just a straight B. I think so. Here, hold on. Halo! I've got Halo, I've got Halo 2, I've got Halo 3, and instead of getting ODST, I got Reach. I know, a lot of people prefer ODST to Reach because ODST has more canonicity, but Reach is more fun. I don't care about your canon. This is more fun. I don't care. So Halo 1, I played it when it first came out on the computer, and I didn't like it then. I thought the PC controls were crap. And I was not an Xbox player when Xbox was a thing. I'm glad that the Xbox 360 was backwards compatible for a few games, and this being one of them. And I did enjoy the game with the controller. I did beat the game with the controller, but to be perfectly honest, still not really a big fan. I'm not a fan of shooters, and this, while it is an exceptionally good shooter, it's still a shooter. I'd probably give it like a B-. Yeah. Halo 2, same. I played it and I beat it. I didn't enjoy it. It was just sort of okay. I'm glad I had a friend with me to play it with. But it would crash a lot when I did it. You like the pretty limited collector's edition thing? It's sort of rotting away, but I don't know. If anyone is willing to pay a lot of money for this, they can have it. The game's in there. It's even still got this thingy. I don't want it. But yeah, so a B. Halo 3 I actually really enjoyed. I really liked Halo 3 actually. I played it, I beat it, I got my friend, we played it and beat it on Legendary. 2 to 3 years goes by, and then I make that video that I put on YouTube where I don't sleep for 2.5 days. Invite him over to play. We play on Legendary. We play it for 45 minutes and can't even do the first level. I don't remember if we ever beat the first level in that. After we finished recording though, we kept playing and we totally almost beat the game in one sitting. Our efficiency in playing the game tripled after we stopped recording. I guess we were I guess we were still camera shy back then or something. I don't know. Reach is a lot of fun. Oh, by the way, the B+. Reach is a lot of fun. My friend Ren hates it because it's not canon. It messes with the canon. It doesn't make sense with the canon. I don't care. It's fun. It's so much fun. I played this almost enough times to get maximum rank just doing the story over and over and over and over and over and over. Beat this game, beat the story on Legendary mode. I played a whole bunch of games with all of the skulls on and stuff. It was so fun. And that ending bit, the final level, holy crap. Me and my friend Ren, even though he claims to hate this game, we would play it and we'd get to that part, and when you're in that final level thing, it's just last as long as you possibly can, and we're there for an hour and a half. We just want to die so we can go get Chick-fil-A. And we're too good at the game and we can't die. It was so much fun. I give this an A. Give B plus A. That's what I say. And if you guys disagree, well, whatever. This is just Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. This is not a game. You don't know Jack. The irreverent trivia thing. I always loved You Don't Know Jack. When I was a kid, there were very few games on my parents' computers because they weren't into games. because like they just didn't really have time for games. Like we were really freaking poor when I was a little kid. But You Don't Know Jack was one of them, and it was, I think, not the first game, but one of the earliest games where me and my dad would play this game, and I would sit in his lap at the computer, and we would play against each other on You Don't Know Jack, on the old like black and white You Don't Know Jack computer game. I think it was You Don't Know Jack 2. I don't remember, to be perfectly honest. I was a little chillin'. Like Nightmare Before Christmas was like not new, but like I was tiny. And we'd play You Don't Know Jack. And it was so much fun. And I saw this and I got all that nostalgic memory coming back to me. And to be honest, no one else has those nostalgic memories, I guess, because like no one ever wanted to play with me, and I would just sit and play You Don't Know Jack by myself. So I give this a B. It's not as fun when you're playing on your own, especially when the game makes fun of you for playing on your own. It's like, forever alone, huh? Well, don't worry, we're gonna have fun. Screw you, You Don't Know Jack. You don't know my life. You know my life. Damn it. Kingdoms of Amalur, The Reckoning. The game that destroyed Big Huge Game. Big Huge Gaming made one big huge game. And that was Kingdoms of Amalur, The Reckoning. It's basically a single-player MMORPG. That's how it plays, that's how it works, and I love it for it. I enjoyed this game. I've beaten this game twice. I've played the game. I've started the game like 12.5 times. I enjoy this game. But it is long. Like 200 hours plus per session. Well, not per session, but it's fucking huge. There's so much in it. And it can get really hard if you play it a certain way. If you choose to. There's a lot of player choice in this, but a lot of that player choice sort of turns it into, like, how are you going to lose this game? The game. The PC version, I hear... Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, like, freaking dust, all these games. Ugh. I hear the computer version makes being a mage and a rogue a lot easier, but on the console, being a mage is really hard. And being a rogue is not as hard, but still pretty darn hard. What I would do, even though like being a mage is what I want to do, I never made it past like level 20. I never made it past the first continent as a mage. What I ended up doing was I was a warrior class that had a few spells. I had chakrams and a big-ass weapon. I can't remember. I would try to get a greatsword, but a greatsword is like really hard to come by in this game. There's like only like 2 acceptable ones throughout the course of the game. Most of the times it's hammers. But that's fine. And I would... that's how I beat the game. And yeah, it's a ton of fun. It's a ton of fun, but it is massive, and you probably won't finish it. So I would probably give this game a B. It would be an A if, like, you could ever actually freaking finish the darn thing. But it's so big, like, you'd lose interest in it of no fault of its own. It's just that big that you'd be playing this for, like, months. And, like, your attention span can only last for so long with a game like that. So, yeah. B. Of no fault of its own, but it is a big, huge game. And I think that's where we're going to stop this time. To give you some context, the previous, like this episode and the first episode, was the top layer of my games, and there's a second layer underneath. So, whew, I think there are a few duplicates though. So, like here, I know I've got another Kingdom Hearts. That's Kingdom Hearts 2. I know I've got Kingdom Hearts 1 in here somewhere as well. So, I don't know. Maybe there's only one episode left, but there might be two. Goodbye, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you did. I hope that you don't hate me for my opinions, but I have them. Oh well. Bye.